He placed the worn card gently on the counter. "Army discount, please." His voice was quiet, almost hesitant, as if he was used to being ignored. The young waiter glanced at the card, then at the man. His lip curled into a smirk. "Seriously?" He chuckled loud enough for nearby tables to hear. "That's still a thing?" Laughter followed, not from the man, but from a couple at a corner booth who overheard. The waiter didn't bother lowering his voice. "Should have just ordered. Off the kids' menu, Grandpa." The room fell silent, a heavy, uncomfortable kind. But no one said a word. No one stood up. People shifted in their seats, eyes fixed on their plates, pretending not to see. But one man saw everything. He sat 3 booths away. Tall, clean-cut, sleeves rolled neatly, a quiet strength in his stillness. His fork paused midair. His eyes locked on the scene. The older man, maybe 70, didn't react. His posture remained upright, his hands still. He tucked the card back into his wallet with a grace that came from years of control. There was no fire in his eyes, no anger. Just something else, deeper. A kind of weight behind the silence. The kind that's earned. His name was Raymond Holt. Retired staff sergeant. 2 tours in Vietnam. 1 Bronze Star. 1 folded flag that a scar peeked from under his collarbone. A memory left behind by a roadside explosion. He'd lost more than blood. That day, a brother. A best friend. A promise made under fire that no one else could ever understand. Raymond didn't wear his past. He carried it, quietly. The only visible reminder was the small, polished army pin on his jacket in the way. He scanned every room before he sat down, always facing the exits. He'd come to this diner because it reminded him of simpler times. A photo of a soldier from the 40s hung on the wall, forgotten by most, remembered by few. But today, even that quiet dignity was mocked. The waiter returned with the receipt, slapping it onto the table. No discount, just a red scribble across the line where it should have been. A childish, arrogant grin played across his face. And still, Raymond didn't flinch. That was when the man from the 3rd booth stood up. His footsteps echoed. Measured, steadied out. He reached the counter without a word and took the receipt from Raymond's table. The waiter frowned. Can I help you?" The man opened his wallet and laid a black, battered card on the counter. "Captain David Reeve, U.S. Army Rangers." "I'll take his bill." The waiter's smirk vanished. His hands trembled slightly. As he picked up the card, Reeve didn't look at him. His gaze remained on Raymond. "You served with the 25th Infantry," Reeve said quietly. "My father did, too. He San, 68. "You knew him?" Raymond's eyes softened. He nodded once. Knew him well. For a moment, time bent. 2 generations. 1 war-torn bond. No applause, no speeches, just a handshake held longer than most. Captain Reeve turned to the waiter. "You mocked a man who once walked through hell for strangers who'd never thank him. You don't have to like it. But today, you will respect it." He handed the paid bill back to Raymond. "You already paid for more than 1 meal in your life. This one's mine." The silence in the diner grew heavier, but this time it was reverent that a woman near the window stood. Then a man. Then, one by one, others rose, some placing their hands on their hearts, some offering a nod. No music played, just quiet honor. Raymond stood slowly, pride in his shoulders, a glassy film in his eyes that he looked to Reeve. "Tell your father," he said, voice trembling. His buddy kept his word. And then he walked out, slowly, deliberately, like a soldier on his final patrol. Some heroes fight in silence. Some battles never leave the body, even when the war ends. But dignity? That never fades. That if this story moved you, comment below where you're watching from, and share a thank you for those who served. For more stories that honor the silent heroes among us, subscribe and join us in remembering what respect truly means. You mocked a man who once walked through hell for strangers who'd never thank him. You already paid for more than 1 meal in your life. This one's mine. Tell your father. His buddy kept his word.